Hello everyone, my name is Abigail Marshall and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to install your curtain rod, your curtains, and also some tips and tricks to make the process go a lot smoother. Okay, I am starting off by removing the curtain rods and the curtains because it just looks dingy and everything's falling out of the wall, and it's definitely time to fix it. This video is geared to those that want to install and also remove their curtain rods. Especially if you're not in a permanent location, remember what goes up must come down. Having a place for these parts to go will make the project a lot easier. This way you won't lose anything, you'll have all the screws you started off with and you won't have to go to the store for other parts. Once we've taken everything down, we'll have to cover the holes that we made in the wall. I went with the wall repair patch kit from Walmart. It was about $10 and it came with everything I need to hide those small holes. If you live in a home, this is something that you should always have on board. I'm starting off with my sandpaper. We're just going to sand down anything that's protruding out of the wall to give it a flat surface. Then coming in with a small amount of putty to fill the holes. If I be honest with you, I think I enjoyed this part way too much. I'm simply wiping the putty over the nail holes, and the more I do this, the more putty goes inside of the hole. Only you can determine how many times you'll need to go over the hole, but as you do that, make sure you're cleaning up after it. The putty will begin to dry, and you don't want to create a bigger mess than what you really need. Just focus on evenly placing the putty into the hole to make sure that surface is flat. Once set, the putty will then begin to dry into a white color, and once it's white, you'll know it's finished. Here's a close-up of the motion I'm using. It's very simple. And maybe you guys came for the installation of the curtain rods, not the takedown, but guess what? When you start your project and you happen to make a hole that you did not want, you'll know how to fix it. So this is why you should keep watching. Now that it's dry, I'm sanding it out. This will make painting go a lot easier and make these holes vanish. Especially if you're in a rental property, you don't want to do anything that would jeopardize your security deposit. So after sanding, you'll want to use a semi-damp cloth to wipe off the excessive dust and then go in with your matching paint color. And don't worry, as long as you're using the same wall color, as you paint it on and it looks lighter, it will darken and match the same wall color. So once you finish the painting portion, your job is completely finished, and now it's time for us to focus on hanging our curtain rods. Okay guys, so now that we are finished with our painting, filling our holes, etc., now it's time to measure. So this is the first tip I'm going to give you guys. Naturally, we want to just get our curtain rod and just go ahead and hang it, but no, not yet. You need to be precise about this part because this is going to make the difference between having something that looks a little more customized compared to just, you know, somebody's grandma just throwing it up there, whatever. We don't want people looking in the house kind of thing. So we're going to grab our tape measure. You must know how long your curtains are. I want to add in that you should have an idea or know exactly where you want to put your curtain rod. In the home decor industry, we always recommend to go high and wide. It simply adds height and makes the room look a lot bigger. You can never fail. And the point of measuring is to know exactly what size curtain you need. Otherwise, it could be too big or too small. So to avoid that, just go ahead and measure so you can know what size window and wall you're working with. You guys, before you even decide to put those curtains up, measure your ceiling from the ceiling to the floor to know that you have enough space. So that's all I'm gonna say. I did it to myself, trying to tell you guys something, but I need to follow my own rules. So if any of you guys happen to realize that your curtains are a little too long for your window or even for your ceiling to even be feasible, then just know that you can hem these up with a sewing needle. You could do safety pins. So tip number one, measure before and during. Do not make this mistake. All right, you guys, it's time to hang this curtain rod. Since I know I need to put it all the way to the ceiling, there's no need for me to particularly measure. I just need to be able to actually reach each screw with my screwdriver and, you know, making it feasible without actually hitting the ceiling. Otherwise I won't be able to screw it in. So let's begin. Quick, I just want to let you guys know that you don't need fancy tools to complete this project. All you need is a screwdriver and a hammer. Those are the two things that are going to help drive your screw into the wall just a tad bit for you to get the process rolling, and then you can screw it in. Otherwise, you can use a drill bit and a drill. Or if your curtain rod comes with a, I don't really know what it's called, but I'll insert a picture here so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. If it comes with that, then you can use your drill bit to make that hole in the wall and then push that plastic piece in and then add your screw. This is an example of using a drywall anchor. Align your curtain rod's bracket with the anchor and then screw it in. But if you don't have that wall anchor, you'll follow these next steps. So what you guys will do is take your nail and put it up close to the wall or on the wall. Just put the tip of the nail onto the wall, and you're going to gently tap it with the hammer. You want to push it in just enough for the nail to sit in by itself. When you come through with your screwdriver, you can begin twisting, and it'll stay in the wall as you twist it. So you may have to hold it, but it's less likely for it to just fall off the wall when you're trying to twist it in, because there's nothing worse when you try to, you know, push it in there, you're twisting, the screw falls out, and then you drive this into the wall. Then you create another hole, and it looks horrible. So just make sure you tap it firmly enough for it to be into the wall, but you don't want to tap further than the spirals. Otherwise, you know, it's not gonna hold as well, especially if you're working with drywall. So just keep that in mind. So I'll take this piece with the screw and put it up here. I'm going to go ahead and take my hammer and go ahead and tap it in a little bit. Okay, so once we get that tip in there, this way we can let that go and go ahead and grab whatever else we need to finish the project. And once we have that first one up, we're going to put the first edge on. This is going to help us keep everything else straight, and then we can begin using our leveler from here. And as I just said, we're going to use each bar to help us determine where we will install the next portion. And using your leveler can make it a lot easier to help you decide whether your bar is straight or not. You can also use the divider in your window to help determine where your center beam goes to hold your curtain rod. If you're not working with a centerpiece like this and your window is a little smaller, then you can just focus on leveling. By measuring the edge of my window to the edge of the curtain rod, it helped me to duplicate the same thing on the other side. I really hope you guys are sticking with me in this project. I'm trying to figure out where that hole will go. And once I locate where the hole will go, I'll take my nail and make a little mark on the wall. And that mark on the wall will show me where the first screw goes. And this will help me to install the bracket. And from there, installing the second screw should be easy peasy because everything is in place and all you have to do is hammer and screw it into the wall. As the screw becomes flush with the wall and you feel it becoming tight, you want to stop. Do not over screw on this part, especially with drywall, because you will ruin the connection that they have together. When you over screw, it causes the hole to become bigger and it has nothing to hold on to. The most challenging part is installing your curtain rod evenly. You can use a ruler and some cardboard to create a template to mark your screw hole. You can measure each section and mark it exactly. And lastly, you can use your measuring tape to find the width and use your leveler to keep you straight, which is the method I used in this video and still got me that perfect line. Quick, so if you have this 3-part curtain rod, how you'll determine which one goes in the middle is because the bar is slightly smaller. Whichever bar can fit in between 2 of the bars is going to be the middle one. It took me forever to figure that out. Well, my phone decided to die on me, but here's the final product and I absolutely love it. I have a total of 4 panels, and would you guys believe that I only purchased these for $20 from Amazon. They came in a bundle of 4 and I am absolutely in love. Now that I have the curtains installed, I wanted to give you guys a video on installing the roller shades because the curtains are sheer and they're going to let a lot of sun in, so that roller shade will help keep the sun out. But I had a very hard time installing the roller shades by myself, so I'll just show you what they look like. But if you like how it came out, let me know down in the comment section below and I'll be sure to put that video up. So hopefully this video has made you confident in installing your next window project. I want to thank you guys for joining me in this video today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. You guys have a good one. See you in the next video. Bye bye.